everyone, it's your boy Magic Seeker 21. I'm broadcasting for the very first time in YouTube. I like to tell everyone a little bit about myself and how my interest in anime began. I remember when I was a young boy at the age of 8 when I started watching anime without actually knowing what anime was at that point. I considered anything really anime related to be a cartoon of sorts. I remember I would always wake up early to be able to catch Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon on Saturday mornings. I remember they would come it would be from 8 to 11 on Saturdays. And I remember I was so disappointed, if I didn't wake up on time. I know I would be like, oh my gosh, I missed the episodes. And I remember that during those times you couldn't be able to watch it because there wasn't all the stuff that we have nowadays to be able to look up the episodes. And that's why I was really disappointed during that time. I remember I would also stay up late, and during those times Adult Swim would play Inuyasha, and I also really enjoyed that. And that's an isekai, and I didn't know that back in the day. Now eventually when I started growing up and I really wanted to branch out and see what other types of anime were available, and I stumbled upon Death Note one day on Netflix, and I started watching it, and I was like, oh shoot, this is amazing. And it was a more mature show, and I was like, oh, I get anime is not just for kids, but also you can watch it if you're more mature as well, because it's directed to a more mature audience, especially one like Death Note is. And especially since it teaches you how Kira wants to get rid of all the bad people in the world, but at the same time he's creating all these bad situations by getting rid of all these people. So eventually he's creating a crime, which he doesn't see it during that time. And now I really wanted to create contents on YouTube, and I was really inspired to pursue that passion of mine. I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels, and they're really giving me a lot of ideas, and I've really opened me up to be able to create content, and I'm really happy about that. And I was like, I really love to create something that I really enjoy for myself, even if it's on my spare time. And since the year just started and we just came from a great anime year, some amazing anime that came out last year, I wanted to create a list of the 5 most hyped anime of 2020 according to myself. Before we get into that list, if you enjoy this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, as well as hitting that notification so you are informed of when I upload new content. I would try to upload a new video every week to be able to grow myself, and so sooner or later I can create more content for everyone. That would really be great. Well, let's get down to business and talk about the 5th anime I'm looking forward for in the new year of 2020. Coming in this position is Goblin Slayer, which is really not a season. Supposedly they're coming out with a movie, and I really enjoyed the first season of Goblin Slayer, which was 13 episodes long if I recall correctly. And Goblin Slayer got a lot of backlash because of its first episode being kind of really mature, and how it showed some graphics that most animes don't really show. But I thought that it was great to show how cruel the world that the priestess was going into was, and how Goblin Slayer needed to show her all the ways to basically live through life. And we see that in our world as well. There is a lot of crime and different types of stuff that happen in life, and that it's messed up. So I think it was kind of great that they did that, even though it got a lot of backlash. Season 1 was basically following the life of the priestess, who was trying to become basically a slayer type to get a job, and they would get paid for the jobs that they did. And she tried to go on a mission with a couple of new up-and-comers as well, who did not know what they were getting into. They got into the world, basically, thinking it was all jolly and stuff, thinking they were all tough, and they run into the cruel situation that is the world that they live in, and they were going through a really tough situation during a cave event, all like end up pretty much dying and living a hardship time. Goblin Slayer shows up during that time and was able to rescue their priestess, but not everyone, and then he basically shows her how to be able to protect herself and be able to protect other people as well with her powers. And he's more of like a solo worker, but the priestess wants to tag along. Then he starts meeting other people that sort of start joining this like crew of Goblin Slayers, because most people didn't think that Goblin slaying was so important because it didn't pay as much and it was like a lower class. But these goblins had become like really populated and were committing a lot of crimes that were unacceptable, and Goblin Slayer was trying to get rid of all of them, especially because of the hardships and the stuff that he had experienced throughout his life. And I cannot wait to see what this movie has in store for us this year, because I'm pretty sure it will blow me away, and I can't wait, and I'm really ready to see what's in store for them this year. And the fourth on my list is Haikyuu Season 4. How can we not love this sport anime about volleyball? Haikyuu is an anime that has brought me many emotions and a great enjoyment of it. It is a great anime that follows the life of Shoyo Hinata, and he's in the Kurasuno High School volleyball team, and you basically enjoy the anime because you feel part of the, basically like if you were a fan of the volleyball team, like if you were in the crowd, like if you had a family member that was playing volleyball with them, or like if they were going to the same high school as you were and they were just playing volleyball and you were cheering them on and you enjoyed their wins and you suffered through their defeats. And it's just really great to be able to experience all that emotion that this anime brings out in you. And I cannot wait for real to see what new things and ideas that come in through this. Really amazes me. And what I'm really happy about is that Haikyuu was picked up by Netflix, and that's going to be able to bring it to more people, and more people are going to be able to see Haikyuu. And Haikyuu is a really great sports anime. And most people don't enjoy sports anime. To be honest, I'm not too big on sports anime, but Haikyuu is amazing. Haikyuu is probably my second sports anime I've ever watched, and I do not regret it. And we're also supposed to be getting an OVA this year as well, and I can't wait to see that as well. And I'm so excited to see who's going to be great. And then third anime on my list that I'm really pumped about is Promised Neverland Season 2. How can I not be excited about it? Because Promised Neverland really was something I wasn't really expecting. I don't really read manga too much unless like I'm really pumped for something. But most of these animes I went in just watching the anime, and most of the stuff that I watch is just anime. I'm trying to get into manga as well, trying to read more. But basically, Promised Neverland blew me off because, you follow the life of Emma, Norman, and Ray, who seemed like they were enjoying a great life in the orphanage, even though, they didn't have parents or whatnot, but they had a so-called mom who they really enjoyed, and they had other kids that they were happy with and living a great normal life. So we thought, at least. And next thing you know, that they go and explore, and they find out the truth of what's going on inside the orphanage and what happens when they truly get adopted. And it's kind of messed up, and it's but it's great that it's a great anime, and they discover all these secrets of what's going behind the scenes. I can't wait to see what happens now that they have escaped from mom, and see what the real world exploration comes to be, because the real world is not as easy as it seems as well, explored throughout the whole anime. And I can't wait to see what's going on with that, because it really shocked me. The second anime on my list that I cannot wait to see is the new season of Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is an anime that gets better and better after each season. I remember I was in high school watching Attack on Titan at the first season, and I was like, whoa, with the first episode. And I was like, dang, I really enjoyed this anime. And then like it took forever for them to make season 2, and I was like, dang. And I was like so ready to watch it. And I cannot wait to see what happens with Eren, and see how he develops more as a character, because what I've heard from, especially from the manga readers, is that he changes completely in these new episodes, and I can't wait to see that, because that's crazy. Season 3 was amazing, and I really loved Erwin, and especially how he showed his leadership, and how he basically sacrificed himself and said that this was a leap for victory for humankind. And I'm glad that we're being able to see who the true antagonist of Attack on Titan is, and it's not who we really thought it was at the beginning, but it's completely something else, a different race. And I can't wait to discover the new secrets that will be explained in the new season. And it's, that's always wonderful. So that's definitely another anime that I'm really pumped about. And first on my list, there's a lot of people who haven't really seen Made in Abyss. It's supposedly a movie's coming out. And I watched season 1, and I was like, at first, the first couple of episodes, I was like, oh, it's like an anime, a little cute little anime about little kids exploring the abyss. It seemed really happy and joyous. It wasn't going to be too bad. And then the last, pretty sure it was 2 episodes, were like a complete 360-degree rotation. Like, it completely changed, and you saw what the antagonist was doing down at the bottom of the abyss. And it kind of ended like in a, not like a cliffhanger, but with you wanting to know what is going to happen with this antagonist, and what's going to happen with all of them going down deeper in the abyss. And that's especially when a great anime is, when you want to know more. And that's what I like about all of these, that I want to keep watching them to see how everything progresses, from a Goblin Slayer to see what they end up learning of another cruel world that they live in. Haikyuu, which is just I just want to know how they keep on progressing as a team and getting better and better, from Promised Neverland to seeing how they see the world that they live in, from Attack on Titan, and seeing how all the races come into play and how the world shapes up what's happening. And then from Made in Abyss, also seeing how cruel life is and how some people can just be messed up and playing with people. And then I also wanted to talk about some anime that are going on from 2019 or are going to keep continuing on into this year. And I really want to talk about, of course, I really love and enjoy One Piece, and I've enjoyed it since a long time ago. It's probably been 6 years since I started watching One Piece, and I'm always intrigued to see what's going on with the Straw Hat Pirates and how they end up discovering new things and learning more about the One Piece, and just becoming stronger as a crew. And you feel like you are part of the crew, and that's wonderful. And this Wano arc is turning out great. I really enjoy the animation this year. It's way better than it has been, and One Piece is not too big on the animation, or really hasn't been. Toei, they don't do a good job, but they're doing a clean job this year, and I'm pretty excited about Wano, because what I've heard from all the people that read the manga is that there's a lot of information, and that's always wonderful, because that's what One Piece is about, the world building and all the information that is being told to us, and that's what keeps us going. And another anime that I really love lots, and that I feel like people underrate it or don't really like it, partially because of the bad animation that the anime has had since it's begun. I wanted to talk about Black Clover. Black Clover is an anime that I have enjoyed since day one because of the story that goes into it. I enjoy learning about the cruel society of the nobles and how they mistreat people of lower class. I also like to learn about all the different kind of races that there are, especially now that we learned that there's more than just the demons and the humans and the elves, and there's so many other more races that go into Black Clover, and how the antagonist wasn't really who we thought that it was. And it was great because it was kind of foreshadowed who it really was, but we didn't really think too much into that. And that's really great because Black Clover deserves more than it does in animation. And I can't wait to see the next new episodes that come out because they are really hyped. This is the only anime that I've actually read the manga for, and I'm really happy about it. I am really ready to see the next episodes of the anime. finally, we can talk about My Hero Academia Season 4. It's another anime that I'm really stoked about because this season is going to be hyped. I've been watching the latest couple episodes and I've really enjoyed it. And I'm really enjoying this new season because it has a lot of more of Mirio and Kirishima and other characters that I really enjoy, and that they're getting stronger and stronger, and that they're fighting all the League of Villains, and also the Overhaul and the other evil antagonists at the organizations that are connected to My Hero Academia. And I'm really enjoying it so far, so I can't wait to see what new episodes come out this season, and I can't wait to see how that story comes out to play. And that's all for today. I thank you, everyone. Please comment below the animes everyone's looking forward for in this year.